Okay, welcome to How to Mushroom Gorge. So, in How to Mushroom Gorge, it's going to be a lot different to the two I've done before because this one is all about shortcuts and glitches. Those are two extra sections I'll be showing. Now, first of all, this track is full of loads of glitches. You can see some being demonstrated right here. I'm going to go over them a lot later on in the video, so just wait for them. Anyway, the key feature of this track is the mushrooms. The red ones will make you bounce, and the green ones function just like a regular track. They don't make you bounce, and you just drive over them. You can trick off them if you want or if you don't want to. Using a mushroom or golden mushroom on these mushrooms as you bounce on them will reward you with a super bounce, making you go way high and way far into the air. And also, it doesn't take just a golden to do this. As you can see, me right here in a cart uses it, soars way ahead of third and second. So it can be fairly useful, but it definitely isn't the best shortcut of the track. Now, just saying, these mushrooms, you can get some real sketchiness with them right there. I got a double bounce. Now, when you start the track, if you mushroom off to the left, you can bounce off these two mushrooms off the side. Don't trick off the first one, trick off the second one. You can land on the bridge section, so that's pretty cool. Now let's talk about the gap cut. The gap cut involves using a mushroom as you're reaching the last turn of the course, jumping over the little gorge area manually, and then drifting as you finish, as you can see me doing it right there. There's also a shortcut where you use a mushroom to cut off the highlighted grass in this picture, but that's boring. No one likes that one. Here you go. So that's if you can't do rock hop, and as you can see, not rock hop, what am I saying? Gap cut. Gorge hop, whatever. Still, now let's talk about some Grand Prix strategies. So in this track, the pack is actually, it's very easy to get a breakaway. As you can see on the map, first and last are nowhere near each other, and very easy to get a breakaway on this track. Lightning bolts or shocks, they really help people catch up though. So there's that. Now, taking shortcuts on Grand Prix, it's viable, but like you don't really want to risk taking things like rock hop or me right here trying to take this. As you can see, it does not work out. Now, so if you want to know what dominates on this track, definitely bikes. Carts are very bad. Heavyweights on this track are good. Now, the bullet bill on this track is really good. It propels you way far up into the pack and can be really useful. Items like mega mushrooms, power items, aren't actually too useful on this track. As you can see me right here, I am faster, but I'm not taking any extra shortcuts, and it doesn't help me at all. However, blue shells are very effective if they happen in like a mushroom area. Now, speaking of mushroom area, if you use the bullet bill, you go so fast, like a good 3 times the speed you would going over the mushrooms normally. So as you can see, I caught right back up to the pack. Anyway, so another thing about this, just bullet bills in general on this track, even if you're not over a mushroom section, is still really good. So make sure they don't drop you in off-road, but that was just me using a cart right there. That was bad. So now, let's talk about power items just in general. Power items for shortcuts are good, but they really don't help. As you can see, I only gain a good 2 positions, but don't come second, and first is already finished, so that's pretty bad. As you can see here, Waluigi gets blued, and someone else, Bowser Jr. I think that was. They both get blued on the mushrooms, and that's really bad. If you get blued on a green mushroom, terrible. Red, it's actually not that bad. Now let's talk about some time trial strategies. So this track, if you want to get a good time whilst time trialing, a really good time, first of all, here's the ghost data. There it is. Anyway, if you want to get a really good time on this track, you need to make sure that you are taking all the turns perfectly, and that you're taking all of the shortcuts, wheeling wherever you can, avoiding the last mushroom on the 3 mushroom section. I'll go over that more in a bit later. But anyway, don't trick off all the mushrooms. Only trick off mushrooms before green mushrooms or before land. Those are the only ones you really want to trick off. Now, I'd recommend using something like the Spear or Torpedo, Flame Run or Bowser Bike for this track, and shortcut taking probably either the last shortcut where you go across the off-road, or at best be taking the shortcut where you do the gap cut. As you can see right there, I wheelied off that second green mushroom and I got over the last one. It's so much faster. So as you can see, this is just a lap of the track right here. It's bouncing around. So yeah, see, I only tricked on the last one. That's way faster. I think Bowser Bikes or Flame Runner outdoes Spear on this track. I just use it for time trials because I've got a pretty good method down for this track. So anyway, okay. So another thing is that the gap cut can only be performed at one point in the track. There's 2 different ways to perform it, but I'll go over the second one in the glitches area. You can also wheelie off those 2 green ones there. It's very fast, but it's very risky. You can see right here, gap cut, really fast. You're looking for a lap around 36, 7 seconds. My best time is 1 minute 45, 212. And my combo is Funky Kong, Torpedo on the Spear. Now, let's talk about glitch time, or glitches in the track. And this track, unlike the 2 we've talked about previously, this one has a lot more glitches. First of all, if you go off a ramp in this track that leads onto mushrooms, but then you don't actually land on mushrooms, you can then drive through off-road without it hurting you. Right here, as you can see me in the cave, off-road does not hurt you whatsoever. Now, these mushrooms can also get some sketchiness if you hit the side of them. However, if you hit the very front of them, you can end up getting a double bounce, as you saw me right there. Now, there is also a second gap cut shortcut where you like super bounce off a mushroom by using a mushroom, clip the side of the wall and go above the gap. It's way slower and takes a lot more effort. I wouldn't say it's way slower, but it's slower, takes a lot more effort. So yeah, just sticks to regular gap cut. Now, if you didn't see what I did right here, this wall is so sketchy. You can ride it, and if you're able to ride it all the way above the top of the finish line, all the way very top above, and then round the rest of the mountain, so you land at the end of the cave section, you can pull off like 15 8-second laps. There's also some really crazy stuff going on this track, so if you really do want to see some crazy stuff, check out a video by TWD98, Mushroom Gorge Olympics. It's really good. It includes all of the glitches on this track, and it's really good. So still, I hope you enjoyed this little guide video, and I'll see you later. Bye.